What's up, everybody? It's your boy Akash, man, imploring you to find the more in life and its different situations that it throws at you. Today, what we're going to explore is everybody's favorite topic marriage. I can just feel some of y'all just roll your eyes. Some of the ladies probably looking at us and you need to tell him more of this crap. I get it, man. Marriage can be a very funny thing, right? It's crazy. It's the most important decision that you make in your life. Yet it's got maybe the most variables to it. You know, damn, spending your life with a stranger. And some of you might think, man, who the hell are you to tell me or talk about marriage? I will tell you, I've been married for about 20, got a couple things right, got a lot of things wrong, but still striving. Still somewhat happy. I hope she ain't listen. But no, man, the more that we're going to talk about here is, how society and how overall marriage is portrayed as something you gotta get through, something you gotta survive, right? Like, look at some of the TV commercials and radio episodes and things of that nature. What do they talk about? They're always like, oh, the woman is screaming, the man is watching TV and he shut her out, and he is always just apologizing and just going through life. Man, none of that crap makes any sense, right? Look, there are times that she talks and I'm not listening, and there's times that I'm talking and she ain't listening. Of course, man, we're human beings. It's natural. But this whole notion of, oh God, every time she talks, I'm just going to shut my ears off is really weird. That's not how things work. And if that's how your marriage is, then you might have some bigger problems than just shutting her off. Right? This whole notion of, man, guys sit around the water cooler and dog their wives and have a laugh about it is, I don't know if it's outdated or if it even ever happened, man. It's just so weird. Like, I don't associate with dudes like that. We're not sitting here talking about wives and throwing them down or something. It's weird. We got better stuff to talk about, right? Give me the Knicks. Give me some World Cup talk. What the hell am I going to talk about, bro? The way she does laundry, I can't stand it, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I think, first off, what you need to do is you need to kind of look at what marriage means to you, right? Some of our core beliefs are built when we are younger, right? So when you were young, you probably looked at your parents' marriage. That probably left a pretty big impact on your thinking about marriage. Your uncles, aunts, cousins, older friends and whatnot. So it's kind of just what you've been surrounded with that paints that picture for you. So first you need to understand what your thought of marriage is, right? Then you take that thought and you find out if there's more that you want out of your own marriage. Are you completely happy where you're at? And again, this doesn't need to be some kind of depressed conversation, man. This is just, a lot of us fall into this routine, right? A lot of us think that, man, I've seen my parents' marriage. Yeah, they're happy, they've been married 50 plus years. It works. That's how you can be a roommate with somebody for 50 years, man. It could work. That doesn't mean that's the epitome of that relationship, right? Like, marriage is supposed to be absolutely wonderful, but you're supposed to enjoy the heck out of this one relationship, right? This is probably going to be the longest running relationship in most of our lives. You're going to wake up next to this person for the next 10, 20, 30 years. So first face you see and the last face you see before you go to sleep. So how can you just make it a survival relationship? This ain't your mother-in-law, man. This is a relationship that you really need to get fulfillment from, right? So once you've kind of understood what your picture is of what you think marriage is supposed to be, then kind of take a deeper look into what you want out of your marriage, right? Do you want a friendship? Do you just want romance? Like, what is it that you want? And I kind of preface this by saying that, I'll put it to you this way, look, marriage is kind of like a movie, right? First, you have a trailer, which is that dating phase that everybody refers to. Like, man, that was the best time. Oh, that honeymoon phase is the best time, then everything just kind of goes downhill. Yeah, but that's the trailer. You know why? Because how many of us are actually our 100% true self when we are dating? There's no way. Hell, my wife, I didn't hear her real laugh year and a half into it. Then she snorted and I was like, godly, what the hell is that? And then we just cracked up, man. It was hilarious because I accepted her the way she was, and it was awesome. And there's a lot of small building moments in marriage that you keep climbing on and you keep trying to reach that pinnacle. Right? And that pinnacle keeps expanding, by the way. This is one of those relationships that it never kind of tops out. You're always striving for more, as you should, because you grow individually and as a couple. Right? When we are first dating, man, everybody's kind of got these walls up. Right? I think dudes probably have walls up more than women because we're scared of our own damn emotions. Right? We don't show our vulnerabilities, man. We are kind of... It's not a lie. It's not a defense mechanism, right? It's not like you're hiding stuff. You're just kind of feeling the other person out. So of course it's great, right? Because you're kind of playing the part. You're that actor. You're that actress, right? But then the actual movie itself, you get into that into that movie of life, and you're like, oh, all right, we're in it now. Then you have your first fight, your first disagreement. Then you start finding out the baseline of this person, like, man, what is really important to them? Do they like kids? Do they want kids? How they feel about family? How they feel about a big ass family? Are they a striver? Like, are they gonna strive for more in their career? Are they go-getter? Are they empathetic? How are they with money? Every marriage has got that person that clicks away and gets 42 Amazon boxes a day, and there's another one that won't even buy a donut because it's like, dude, we gotta save some money. So how are you going to balance those differences? Right? But man, that's what makes marriage fun. Because you are constantly growing together. If your marriage is good, right? If your marriage sucks, then you're probably not growing much and you're probably in the wrong situation. But that's what makes marriage fun. Like anything worthwhile, man, you got to work hard for. If you're an athlete, you got to train like crazy. You go through high school, college, and finally make it professionally. If you're in a good career, you're at a high level, you don't start off as a VP. You start mostly from the ground level up and you work your way up. And it feels good. You're like, dude, I accomplished something in my career. Dude, I became a professional athlete. Right? Marriage is just like that, man. You have to put the work in. You have to communicate, right? There's the whole notion of, oh, I shut off when my wife tells me her work stories. No, man, I kind of like listening to them. F Sally, I can't stand her. Oh, she get on my nerves. I've never even met her. Right? Dudes, we the same way. We'll sit there and complain and we'll do it in a manly way, right? Oh, man, I can't believe John and Bob went to a drink and didn't invite me. You say that to your wife and she in your corner, she got the popcorn ready and she's like, baby, tell me more. And you're like, no, man, that don't bother me. Like, that don't bother me. But then you find yourself talking about it a little bit more. And now you're in a full-fledged TV episode, reality show, and crying like a little baby. And she's like, got him. But it's okay because that's that one person that gets to see the real you. You could be the real you. And that's what makes it beautiful, man. I see a lot of men and women doing dudes' date nights and girls' nights out and taking vacations separately and this and that, which is cool. Look, there's nothing wrong with that, but you just need to understand what the reasoning is that you're doing it for. Are you having guys ask because you can't stand going out with her? Or are you doing both? Are you vacationing to get away from her to a certain extent, or him? Right? So as long as you're not running away from your reality, man, I think it makes sense. And look, if you feel that marriage is supposed to be some kind of survival, some kind of routine, newsflash, man, it's not. It's a very high chance that your spouse could be your best friend and you're just not giving it a chance. You're not striving for that friendship. Look, almost every relationship other than family starts with friendship. Right? Your marriage started with a friendship. When you didn't ask for those digits, or in today's world, when you're asking for that IG handle, you're not just going straight and be like, oh, be my girlfriend. No, man. You're starting to get to know each other. You're building a friendship. And yeah, somewhere in that turns into love, but don't forget the baseline had always been that friendship. So strive more for that friendship. Look more for that friendship. And everything else will follow. The communication, the jokes. I mean, it's funny when I see dudes that won't joke with their wives, like they'll just hold their tongue, and I'm like, man, you formal with your wife? That's so weird. 20 years later, happy to report, I still got new jokes coming after her. She got new jokes picking on me. That's what makes it fun, right? When I'm down, she'll give me a little kick while lifting me up at the same time. That's what makes it fun, man. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with this person. The ups and downs of it. It's crazy. I'm an only child, man. When I got married, I almost felt like a sibling came in, told on me. First month of marriage, I was like, what the hell just happened? I gotta share stuff? Yes. Share the real you. Enjoy the heck out of marriage. Listen to me, especially the fellas. Find that friendship that started the whole thing. Develop it. It's gonna take you a long way. Find the more in that marriage, baby. Let's go.